The liberation of settlements in the Pokrovsk direction in Donetsk Oblast by the defense forces indicates that the Russians' summer offensive has already failed, but that escalations at the front are still to be expected. This was stated by the head of the Ukrainian Center for Security and Cooperation, Sergei Kuzan, on air at Radio NV. We should not overestimate the liberation or capture of several settlements by the enemy. Of course, if these are not such large cities as Pokrovsk or Kramatorsk, the capture of such cities changes the situation itself, the situation in the forces at the operational level, he said. According to him, it is worth considering the dynamics demonstrated by the Ukrainian defense forces. At the same time, he added, this is happening in August, when the peak of the summer offensive, which the Russians were counting on, should have continued. As Kuzan explained, it was now that the Russians should have achieved their greatest successes, and they really planned to break through in the Pokrovsk direction and in the direction of Dobropolye. To break through, to get to our rear, and to create an encirclement for the main urban agglomeration, starting from Kramatorsk and further to Druzhkovka, Konstantinovka. That is, the main cities that form our main fortified lines. But they did not succeed. In fact, a large offensive campaign of the Russians was disrupted. But in addition, we have already moved on to counter-offensive actions. For example, in the Sumy, Limansky, and, as we can already see, in the Pokrovsky direction, the expert said. According to him, this means that the Russians' summer offensive operation has already failed. The enemy will not let go. We are still waiting for escalations at the front. We understand that there will be escalations both in the Pokrovsk direction and in the Kupiansk area. The enemy plans to create additional difficulties for us to conduct several offensive campaigns somewhere, possibly in Zaporozhye. And we see the enemy's tactics, which consist of searching for weak spots, Kuzan noted. As reported, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, Oleksandr Syrsky, stated yesterday that the Ukrainian Defense Forces successfully counter-attacked and cleared 3 settlements in Donetsk Oblast of Russian occupiers, Mikhailivka, Zelenigay, and Volodymyrivka. He noted that the Pokrovsk direction remains the most difficult on the front. The Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Ukraine shared that the Ukrainian military continues to hold the defense of Pokrovsk, despite the superior forces of the enemy.
President Donald Trump responded Monday to Israel's strikes on a Gaza hospital which killed at least 20 people, including 5 journalists, one, a freelancer for the Associated Press. Trump initially said he wasn't aware of the incident before offering, "I'm not happy about it. I don't want to see it." According to Associated Press, it was among the deadliest of several Israeli strikes that have hit both hospitals and journalists over the course of the 22-month war sparked by Hamas' October 7, 2023, attack, and the attack came as Israel plans to widen its offensive to heavily populated areas. In his remarks, Trump also suggested more captives held by Hamas have died. Israeli officials say of the 50 hostages still be held by Hamas, only about 20 remain alive. The rest were either killed during the October 2023 attack or while in captivity, according to Israeli officials. But Trump on Monday told reporters that are probably a little bit less than 20 because I think 1 or 2 are gone. Trump did not elaborate on what his estimate is based on. Trump made the remarks shortly before meeting with South Korea's new president, Lee Jae-myung, after asserting that a purge or revolution was taking place there and threatening to not do business with Seoul as he prepared to host the new leader at the White House later Monday. Trump elaborated later Monday that he was referring to raids on churches and on a U.S. military base by the new South Korean government, which they probably shouldn't have done, the president argued. "I heard bad things," Trump told reporters in the Oval Office on Monday morning. "I don't know if it's true or not. I'll be finding out." Trump also suggested he may have an upcoming meeting with North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un. "I have very good relationships with Kim Jong-un and North Korea," Trump told reporters. He even suggested that he had a better relationship with Kim than almost anyone but Kim's powerful sister, Kim Yo-jong. "A lot of people would say, that's terrible." "No, it's good," Trump added, recalling meeting with North Korea's leader during his first term. "In fact, someday, I'll see him," Trump said of a possible second-term meeting with Kim. "I look forward to seeing him."
Okay. Mr. President, if we could get your reaction, sir. The Israelis bombed a hospital in Gaza that killed 20 people, including 5 journalists.
When did this happen?
This happened overnight, today.
I didn't know that. No.
Any reaction to this? Are you
Well,
going
I'm
to
not
talk
happy
to Prime
about it.
Minister?
I don't want to see it. At the same time, we have to end that whole nightmare. I'm the one that got the hostages out. I got them out, all of them. Steve Witkoff has been amazing. He's done a great job. But I'm the one that got them all out through my people and through me. And now we're left with probably a little bit less than 20, because I think 1 or 2 are gone. And I said a long time ago, I'm going to get them out, but when we get down to that final 10 or 20, these people aren't going to release them because they're dead after they release them. So it's a nasty situation, very nasty, horrible thing.
Mr.
Yes.
President, could you please elaborate on your post on South Korea? What were you referring to?
Well, I heard that there were raids on churches over the last few days, very vicious raids on churches by the new government in South Korea, that they even went into our military base and got information. They probably shouldn't have done that, but I heard bad things. I don't know if it's true or not. I'll be finding out. As you know, your new president's coming in just a couple of hours, coming here. I look forward to meeting him. But we won't stand for that. We just won't stand for that.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Mr. President, you have built a relationship with Russian leaders and also North Korean leaders. As they are getting closer, how would that affect your diplomatic approach?
Well, I have very good relationships with Kim Jong-un, North Korea. I mean, a lot of people would say, oh, that's terrible. No, it's good. In fact, someday I'll see him. I look forward to seeing him. He was very good with me. We had 2 meetings. We had 2 summits. We got along great. I know him better than you do. I know him better than anybody, almost, other than his sister. His sister knows him pretty well. Now, I know him well, and I got along with him. You know, I'm not supposed to say I really like him a lot, because if I do that, I get killed in the fake news media. But I got along with him very well, and we had no problem. If at the time Hillary Clinton won the election, you would have had a nuclear war. You would have had a nuclear war. We're not going to have a nuclear war. Once that happens, it's over. We're not going to have a nuclear war. No, but Kim Jong-un will meet at some point. I look forward to it, actually. But do you notice that since I came into office, you haven't had a problem with him? Hasn't been, you know, he tests lots of rockets. He does have great capability, I will say that. But I think a lot of good things are happening for our country, a lot of really good things. And the thing we're here today to talk about is crime, and specifically in D.C. I am so proud of what these people, every one of them,